Hello, welcome to the 9 o'clock news.
Tonight we'll be doing a special on the air pollution problems in Mexico City.
Yes, they have had quite the history with air pollution since around the 1930s when Mexico's population doubled. Ever since then, Mexico City has been trying to combat the air pollution problem that greatly affects their city.
Luckily, we have a specialist that studies air pollution here with us today to discuss the air pollution problems that are present in Mexico City.
Hello, thanks for having me. I've been studying the trends in Mexico City air pollution for years now.
So why do you think Mexico City has such an ongoing issue with air pollution?
Well, for starters, Mexico City is located in a crater of an extinct volcano just barely above sea level. Because of this, the city has low atmospheric oxygen levels, which can result in higher carbon dioxide emission. This is typically due to incomplete fuel combustion in engines.
So what you are saying is that cars and truck use has a lot to do with why their air quality is so poor?
Well, that isn't the only reason, but yes, in general, road construction and dust, diesel engines and buses, as well as forest fires and open air burning of waste products all contribute to the problem.
That is very interesting. So how bad is their air pollution problem?
Mexico City still produces 150% of the ozone contamination recommended by the World Health Organization. This is a continuation of the ozone and PM10 pollution issues that they have struggled with in the past. This pollution has been has had detrimental effects on their city, resident health, and their reputation.
So what effects has the air quality had on the people living in Mexico City?
Oftentimes, people are complaining of irritated eyes, aggravated respiratory and cardiovascular systems, and premature death. For instance, 4,000 premature deaths happen each year and 2.5 lost workdays per year, and all a result of air pollution.
Wow, I did not know that Mexico City's air quality is affecting their citizens to such an extent. Coming up next, we have another specialist from Purple College to discuss the economic impact of this environmental issue.
Hi, I'm Mary, speaking with specialist Dr. Smith from Purple College. Thanks for having us this afternoon.
No. Thanks for having me.
Now, from what I understand, not only does air pollution have an impact on the environment and the people, but also affects the economy. Let's talk to our in-studio economist who can break it down for the viewers at home.
Without a doubt, the pollution has caused chaos for the economy. One of the most important things affected by the air pollution is the rain. The combination of air pollution and acid rains cause a reduction in agricultural crop and commercial forest yields, costing that industry billions of dollars each year. The farmers who raise livestock also lose, as well if the livestock eat these plants and get sick. They aren't as profitable on the market.
This sounds like a bunch of ifs. What are more visible effects of air pollution?
Well, maintenance costs of homes and other city buildings that are tarnished by the pollution is costing citizens more and more. In addition, there is an increase in the cost of transportation during times of smog and higher electricity usage for the early twilight caused by the pollution. Another thing it takes into account is the cost of the research being done in various fields to counteract effects of pollution, such as medical researchers discovering the effects of the polluted air on human health.
Well, that is some uncontaminated food for thought. Let's head over to our international specialist to hear what other countries are saying about the air crisis. Back to the studio. Thank you for your time, Mr. Smith.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Mary and Dr. Smith, for that insight on the economy that pollution has been having in Mexico City.
Yeah, that was such a great newscast. I had no idea that we wasted billions of dollars each year on pollution. Up next, we have an interview with international experts talking about their view on Mexico City's pollution.
Thanks, guys. With Mexico City's pollution problems contributing to an international problem, let's talk with an expert, Dr. Brown, and see how much this problem has grown. Thank you for speaking with me, Dr. Brown.
No problem, Mary. Well, in 1992, the United Nations declared Mexico City the most polluted city on the planet. It is also said that Mexican author Carlos Fuentes based the apocalyptic Mexico City in his book on the polluted Mexico City.
Wow, it sounds like Mexico City has quite the reputation for their horrible pollution problems.
Yes, it is safe to say that they have had this problem for a long time. They are also known as the ugly duckling by the international community as well.
That is unfortunate. I hope they can work on that. Well, thank you for your time, Dr. Brown. Now let's see how citizens of other countries think of this pollution problem. Now, I'm at the World Health Organization Pollution Summit 2013, and we're going to talk to citizens representing their country about this issue. First, we have Olga from Norway. What do you think of the pollution problem in Mexico City?
Well, speaking about environmental issues in general, it is a big concern, and I feel that countries should come together, especially countries with cities like Mexico City, and find a solution.
Now, we have Frank from Canada. Since Canada shares the same continent with Mexico, what are your thoughts about the pollution in Mexico City, Frank?
As much as Mexico City's pollution is a problem, many large cities have this issue as well. Because of the rapid industrialization and the country's officials must step in and control the issue.
Last but not least, we now have Bob from the United States. Since the U.S. is neighbors with Mexico, what are your thoughts about Mexico City's pollution problem, Bob?
Well, the same issue that Mexico City is having is very similar to what some large cities are dealing with in the States, like Los Angeles, for example. Even though pollution and other environmental issues aren't really a #1 concern in the U.S., I just think that something must be done to improve the air quality of these large cities.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Other countries think that pollution in general is an international problem and believe that with the government and even as a community, we can improve these environmental issues altogether. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Mary, for interviewing everyone at the World Health Organization Pollution Summit for us.
Next up, we're going to have a reporter go to the field and talk to an expert to try to find a solution to the problem that pollution has had in Mexico City.
Now we're back with expert Dora from Environmental Activists of Mexico City. As previously discussed, pollution in Mexico, specifically Mexico City, has gotten particularly bad as of late. Can you tell us some of the issues leading to pollution that you've found?
The high population density of the city is a large cause of the air, water, and soil pollution in Mexico City. The water supply is not reliable, and many people will spend 6 to 25% of their income on water from trucks.
Why do people buy water from a truck?
The water is very poor quality. Something that could really help the quality of the water in Mexico City is a better maintenance and repair system for the pipes and drainage systems under the city.
How could this be done?
There needs to be a long-term solution to fix this, because nothing was put in place as the city expanded. The leakage in the pipes every year could provide 4 million people with drinking water. The infrastructure of the city needs to be stabilized as well, because the city is mostly on clay, which as that is sinking, the water and sewage systems are being damaged. The city isn't level and rainwater isn't effectively removed. There have been canals that have collapsed, causing houses to flood with wastewater. As the city drills deeper to find water, it is more contaminated, which means it is more costly to purify. Mexico City needs to properly maintain and fix their pipes and find a better system to provide water for their citizens. The city needs to find a solution before it becomes too expensive to fix.
The problem seems pretty bad, but the solutions could really help a lot. Let's talk about the air pollution in Mexico City.
Air pollution is a problem around the world, not only in Mexico City. A large cause of this problem is automobiles. However, people are very attached to their cars and won't give up them easily. They help you go from A to B quickly, but if everyone drives from their own A to B, traffic increases and cars waste more gas and create more pollution from idling in traffic. To help this problem, incentives could be put into place to encourage public transportation use by improving the system already in place in the city. A disincentive would be a higher tax on gasoline to discourage car usage. Something else that could be implemented everywhere, not only in Mexico City, would be lower insurance for cars with multiple drivers registered on it to reduce the number of cars on the road. Another idea to reduce the use of cars would be to tax older cars that are more inefficient in terms of gas usage and maybe create a tax on the mileage you put on your car.
How about encouraging people to walk or bike places?
People biking or walking is actually more difficult than it should be. With all of the parking lots, roads, and bridges, there isn't always an easy way to walk or bike where people need to go.
What other effects does air pollution have?
There is plenty of farmland that is covered by pavement, and smog covers most of the city. The air quality wouldn't be too ideal for people to breathe while walking or biking.
Thanks, Dora. Now back to the studio.
Thanks again, Mary and Dora.
And thank you guys for watching our segment on air pollution in Mexico City.